right, Biashara Tuesday is still here. Hashtag to use, hashtag Biashara Tuesday. Please tag me on all social platforms at KUTV_Kenya, at Richard_Okenya. Wangeshi is tuning in all the way from Muranga. For the first time, I think I'm seeing here a message from Muranga County. So, watu wa Muranga, Moriega, and welcome to the show. Please let us know how you are and how you feel the show is going this morning. Thank you, Wangeshi, for tuning in. Lee Mwangi is watching us all the way from Hungary, and he's saying he'll be in Kenya soon, hoping to show up at Biashara Tuesday. Asante sana. We'll be happy to have you here, Lee Mwangi, friend of ours from all the way there. Yvonne Bliss from blisstv.co.ke is also tuning into the show, giving me a shout out here this morning, saying he's watching for the first time, not as a guest, but just as an audience member. Asante sana for creating time. Jeff Chumba saying she sneaked in a phone at KNH and she's watching us from work. So thank you for creating time, but please take care of the patients. Don't forget work as you're watching us also at work. Welcome to a conversation that is very key for us to have around this time of the year. Graduations are happening across the country. Thousands of graduates are going to join the job market, but are there jobs? The Deputy President of the Republic stood before Jomo Kenyatta University students and let them know that there's not much for them out here. And this is a song that we've had for a long time. We need to be prepared to create jobs and not to get jobs. However, there are still jobs. There are still jobs. There are people going to work. There's a lot of opportunities for young people to take advantage of. However, there's a lack of skill here and there, a lack of preparation here and there, techniques that maybe someone should be aware of before they join the job market. That's what we're trying to explore here, the challenges faced by young graduates and the practical steps that they can take to enhance their employability, aligning with the theme of skills development and also the importance of this skill development in the job market. As I said earlier on, I'm joined by two gentlemen. I'm just going to allow them to introduce themselves and then we get right into it. From my far left there is Mr. John Kamau. Please, Mr. John Kamau, and introduce yourself before we get to Robin and hear from him.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. I hope you can hear me well. Thank you for inviting me here. My name is John Kamau. I am the Director of Commercial Operations at Boom for Business Consulting. So at Boom for Business, we do finance consulting for businesses, for small businesses and startups. We also run a finance academy that helps to upskill graduates, recent graduates, and also students who are still in school so that they can be relevant for the job market. Thank you very much.
Nice. Robin?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Robin Mugo, fourth-year student taking bachelor's degree in commerce, finance option. I'm currently serving as the Vice President of the Finance Society of Kenyatta University. Let's interact and have a good conversation. Thank you.
All right, let's get into it now. I think I'll just begin with you, Robin, there. In your role as Vice President of SKU, and you're also a finance student here within Kenyatta University, what are some of the misconceptions or expectations, generally speaking, that graduates usually have before they go to join the market? Your peers, what have you had a look at, and what kind of conversations are happening in terms of expectations?
From the members I've interacted and as an individual, the biggest thing is after campus, I expect to be hired. That is the first thing that I expect. And secondly, the payment. We always have like taking a degree is we take it as something big, and we expect a high wage. The third one is we expect ready work. Already we need, when we get out there, we expect the work to be already there for us to just chip in and start working. Yeah.
Right. You're saying that there's an expectation on salary as well. People come out of school having a certain specific figure that they want to be paid.
Yeah.
How can we address this? Is there a way to do away with these misconceptions and expectations?
Yes. What we can do for now, because we need at least to let the reality be true. Let us bring the reality to the students, because when we learn, we are taught about the ready market that is already there to take us in, and we are not told that you don't start from up there, you start from somewhere low, rising up. Yeah.
All right. Mr. John Kamau, as someone who's deeply involved in commercial operations. What trends have you observed in the job market that contribute to these challenges and maybe some of these expectations, but mostly the challenges faced by young graduates in securing employment?
First of all, let me start by saying that we are facing a serious unemployment issue in our country, and not just in our country, the global south, the sub-Saharan Africa, the issue of rising youth, the bulging of youth, that's what we call it, without opportunities. The numbers are rising higher and faster than the number of opportunities that are available. A recent look at the statistics, the youth unemployment rate is currently almost be over 60% of people who are ready, of people who are skilled, of people who are ready to work do not have those opportunities. So this is a very, very worrying trend. Every year in Kenya we have tertiary levels of education, colleges and universities, churning almost close to 1 million people in the job market, but the uptake of the opportunities or the opportunities that are available are quite low. So then we really need to rethink how to then position the graduating students, even the ones who are still in school, so that when they come out, when they join, they graduate, they will find it easy to join. So on to the question that you asked, so what needs to be done? And I think here we really need to talk about the issue of credentials or having the technical skills versus the skills that are needed in the job market. And what we are saying is in the job market, you realize that the employers are not just looking at your credibility, your credentials. They're not just looking like you have a nice degree, you have a nice diploma, you have a nice technical course. They're also looking at, you are coming to work for me, you are coming to work for a team. Are you a team member? Are you a team player? Are you able to, offer something over and above the technical team? Because assuming like in the 54th graduation, in your class, you will be graduating quite a number of you. What will make you distinct from the rest of the graduates? And not just within your class also, but also all the people who are graduating with the same degree, with the same diploma, with the same qualification as you. What will set you apart? And that's the conversation that we are having when we are looking at empowering students and recent graduates for the job market. So it's not just about the technical qualifications. There are also very many other things that employers are looking for. And this is a conversation that we need to start looking at as early as when students are in their second year, third year, before they start joining the job market, so that they can be very well ready for the job market.
Right. More than 60% unemployment, 1 out of 10. I was also taking a look at what Vice President here sent me from FSK. 1 out of 10 graduates come out and get a job. So 9 out of 10 aren't able to secure a place of employment. That is just 13%, only 13% who are able to actually get a job right out of college. Does this scare you? First of all, let me ask you that. Does this scare you? And should others also be scared? And as well as you said, there's need for some of those competencies and some way for individuals to show or to showcase their competence. What do you think young professionals right from college can also do to ensure that they are ready, as you said, to have those skills that are required to join a team such that the employer is very welcoming and also able to bring you on board?
From where you started, the thing about 1 out of 10 being employed, it is scary because like for now, counting that like in our class we have around 500 students.
Wow.
You can imagine out of that,
only
the number of people.
50.
Yeah. That's scary. So,
so scary.
We need at least to match the trend that is coming. And as my fellow speaker said, is we need at least to be up to date with the current trends, because we are having a revolution each day, each night, and as the technology is coming, it is taking up what we were doing, like in the accounting part of it, the bookkeeping part of it. Now currently we talk about storing data online in the softwares. So we need at least to up our game to be able to at least keep our jobs. All
right. Coming back to you, Mr. John, the rise of AI, he's mentioned there also, just hinted a bit on the evolution that is happening even within the job market. It's reshaping many industries, And how do you see then young professionals adapting to this? What kind of challenges / opportunities arise from this kind of development?
Thank you, Robin. And I must say that AI is here. We are in the era of technology. So the earlier we accept, the earlier we adopt, the better. So what is happening in the job market is that AI is definitely replacing some jobs, especially the issue of automation. Every business or every process that was so manual has now been automated in most instances. But you realize that also as AI is replacing some opportunities, it is also creating others, because you really have to make sense of data. You really have to make sense of information. AI, I normally say, and this I am speaking from experience in the job market, AI are tools, and tools don't necessarily replace the job. Tools are here to help you become more efficient. They help you become more productive. And there are jobs that will be replaced by AI, but there are others that will not be replaced. For instance, jobs that require empirical or in-person services, human judgment, things that can help you, make sense of that data. For example, if you are an accountant and you are using AI tools, you are using softwares, then how do you ensure that you are making sense to your employer using the data that you interact with every day? You see, on one side, you have AI that is helping you process this information very fast. So the way people used to wait until it is 6 months in the year, you are looking at the budget, you are able to look at this every day, and you're able to advise your employer, you are able to advise your team members. The way we are going, we may not hit our sales target, or the way we are going, we may overshoot on our budget. So you look at that as a tool that is helping you to be able to make informed decision. So what do we need to do? We need to do several things as we come to the job market, so that we align ourselves with the technology. For instance, there needs to be a lot of upskilling, so that I'm not just doing accounting, I'm not just doing economics, I'm not just doing whatever nice course that I'm studying. What other skills that are in the market? What other AI softwares that are in the market that I can be able to use for me to be able to make sense of whatever course I am doing, for it to be a tool of enablement for me now to be able to even be more marketable in the job market. So I agree with you that Robin, there are many people who are coming to the job market, as you mentioned in your class, and don't worry about the AI. What you need to do is just to prepare, because now we are here and there's nothing you can do. Right. You cannot, when they say that when it's time for a mom to deliver, I mean, she has to.
You can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
Right.
So AI is here, technology is here. We can't stop it. We just have to embrace it.
Right. Yes. Robin, let me just still put you on the spot as Mr. Jones is. What are some of the things maybe, or some of the softwares or ways in which a finance student like yourself can maximize to ensure they are enhancing their employability and also keeping up with the evolution in the job market? What have you been able to also venture into yourself outside of the class curriculum to ensure you're keeping up to date?
Away from the books, I'm taking Excel, which is the advanced Excel, which is being used by each and every company countrywide. And we also have SPSS, we have Starter, and we have the QuickBooks. Which
all these are foreign words to me. What are they? What are they?
We have the accounting tools, which are being used to analyze. Okay. Where you can, from the raw data, you can at least make sense from whatever you're having. Okay. You can either draw a chart, analyze it, then present it to the stakeholders for them to at least get a meaning of what the company is doing. We have others like advanced Excel, where you can using the tool, the functions and the formulas, you can at least analyze it. They work hand in hand, and at least we can see there is something coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. John Kamau. Let's talk networking. It's often highlighted as a crucial aspect of job hunting. From your experience, how important is professional networking in securing employment, and what strategies do you recommend for effective networking?
Thank you for that question. Just allow me to go back to the question that you had asked, Robin.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say something about those AI tools and AI softwares, and not just AI, but softwares that are enablers in the job market. And I I wanted to pose this challenge to students and even the ones who are graduating right now. You are an IT student. You don't have a GitHub account. You are an accounting student. You don't know how to, you don't even have information on what advanced Excel is, what is Power BI, what are these, some of these softwares that Robin has mentioned. You are disadvantaging yourself when it comes to the job market, because it is, as we said when we began, it is not just about having a nice degree. It is also what else can you be able to do, what other value can be able to offer, and what makes you stand out. So this is a challenge to even the graduating lot and even the students who are still continuing, that you need to know within your space what is there that is relevant in the job market that you can be able to subscribe. And some of these tools, you can be able to train yourself for free online. There are so many free online resources. There are others that are not very expensive and that put you at an advantage point when it comes to employment. So I just wanted to emphasize on that, because I think this is something that students and graduates need to hear.
Yes, it do.
Now, coming back to the issue of networking.
Right.
When it comes to job market,
Yeah.
that saying that says your network is your net worth is now where you get it real.
Yeah.
Because it's who you know. It's you know, and you know why that happens? Because no employer wants to risk someone they are not very sure about. A new employee, so to speak, from a employer's perspective, is a risk.
Okay.
Because I'm giving you opportunities. I have, for example, I'm trusting you with customer data, customers, information. So I don't know whether you'll be able to perform or not.
Okay.
So I would prefer someone referring me to an opportunity or to someone who has had this before. So the question I would ask graduating students or even students and people who are looking for jobs, what networking opportunities or platforms are you in that can help you get a job opportunity?
Okay.
What networking opportunities are you in that can help you even get an opportunity for upskilling, for even training and career advancement, and even mentorship?
Okay.
So the importance of networking cannot be overemphasized. Probably in one way or another, you went somewhere because someone mentioned your name or told you about it. And so right from the beginning, students need to lay a good foundation for networking. And networking doesn't even have to be very expensive. For instance, a first year needs to network with a third year because they went for internship and they probably know somewhere that, you know, I will need, when I get to third year, for example, I'll need to get that opportunity. When a third year needs to network with someone who has recently graduated because they can refer them to an opportunity. When you come out, you know, you need to belong to a community of people who can mention your name when opportunities are being mentioned.
Okay.
And even the importance of even belonging to online networking forums, having nice LinkedIn accounts, you know, that, you know, those are some of the online networking opportunities that are not so much spoken, but are currently being used by employers.
I think you've answered correctly a question I was to bring up from Ndenga Mulonga. Meambia muulize, what is the difference between networking and connections? So I think that networking isn't as complex as people think it
Networking
is.
is not as complex as people, or rather as we may want to put it.
Yeah.
It's just belonging to people who add value for you in a certain area. Is it a job you're looking for? Befriend someone or be in a network of somebody who can be able to refer you or be able to advise you. And you know, we are not just talking about networking for job opportunities. We're also talking about networking for upskilling.
Yeah.
Let me give you a very good example. When I was in first year, many years ago, I got an opportunity. Someone mentioned to me about an opportunity to go and do peer counseling and peer education. So while I was still in campus and I still had a lot of time, I went and did that. You know what? The next 2 years, I was able to pay my own school fees because I was doing peer education and peer counseling gigs. So it's not just about the opportunity to get a job. It's also opportunity to learn and opportunity to be able to put something or to add something to your core skill.
Right. Yes. You've mentioned that you are a peer counselor, and I just want to let the audience know we are going to be sitting down with a peer educator in a few to also speak about post-graduation strategies. So Mr. Andrew Onyango is a teacher and a peer educator. He'll be here to let us know how he's also maybe been able to do exactly what Mr. John saying he did. Nanyuki Billionaire, I just want to read a tweet from him, which is still on networking. This is Lewis_Ngunyi, watching all the way from Nanyuki, says, you will never get networks you will never get networks. I don't know if you guys will want to respond to this, but I'd like to hear your sentiments as well. You will never get networks if you're actively looking for networks. All you find are other people looking for networks. Networks find you in your element, doing your very best in life, and probably just talking about football in the most random of places.
Of course, what in another way he's trying to say is that you have to be technical and you have to be innovative when you're talking about networking.
Okay.
Because nobody wakes up in the morning, showers, prepares, dresses nicely,
And goes to network.
Or says, today I'm waiting for people who are looking for me to network. It doesn't work like that. What happens is that ability to be technical enough. You probably are in a football fan, but with where you go to watch football or who you watch football with, those social joints. Then, of course, now when you are at a break, what do? And you are able now to ignite a conversation. The same case with, for example, my friend Robin here. He probably has people who have graduated recently, and they get in touch. They talk about what is out there in the market, and by you realize if you are technical enough, you will be able to gain in the persons or the person who you are networking with, or who you are with, in terms of what you are looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
Robin, internships, we've mentioned them there. Internships and practical experience play a very significant role in transition from, being in the world of academia to the workforce. How can students, particularly maybe you can mention in finance, maximize the benefits of internship? How did you maximize the benefits of your own internship to enhance employability?
For the internship and the attachment, what we do is when you're given the opportunity, there is something that you must have an objective in each and everything that you're doing. Don't just go out there and just take the role and just do whatever they're telling you. Have an objective in your mind. After these 3 months or 6 months, this is what I want to have learned. And secondly, apart from the objectives, let's connect and interact with the people you're finding there. Those are you are now the next employers. Maybe they are offering you the internship or the attachment now, to see if in the future they can entrust you with whatever they want to do. Because most of the companies, what they are doing is they absorb after some time, after you've worked with them, they always try to take you in and give you now the opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I have to say from actually a personal experience, internship, and that's where what Mr. John was saying there, you build that trust, build that network, so that this person can entrust you with whatever work they have for you there. You had an input?
Oh yes, I just wanted to say something. There is a growing discussion among students and graduates as to whether internships should be paid or not. I look at it differently. I look at it in terms of what am I going for the internship or for the internship for? I'm going there to learn. I'm also going there to prove myself. So do I need to be paid to prove myself? If the opportunity to be paid is there, well and good. If not, let me tell you, when you are doing internship or attachment, you are either earning or learning. So if you are not earning, please learn. Because when you get into an internship, an interview room, the first question your employer will ask is, what are you bringing? So what will you say? I missed out on going for an opportunity because they were not
paying me. They won't ask if you were paid in your internship.
No. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Are you able to do the job? Yeah. Can you prove that you have done this in the past? So I think I would like there to be a mind shift. And you look at it from an employer's perspective, that I was able to get this opportunity, proved myself, and I was able to deliver.
Right. You're either learning or earning, and if you're doing none of those, then I think it's not an opportunity you should take a look at. But at least learn, which is the most important aspect of your internship. And Robin has said there, internship si kujaza tu logbook. Please go and interact with the people that you're with. I know I'm speaking to a couple of people who are behind the cameras here at KUTV. Mental health. When we're talking about looking for employment in this republic, specifically in Kenya, it seems like a very, how do I put it, a very dire situation, and it's also heartbreaking. If I'm going out, I'm receiving statistics from FSKU that only 1 out of 10 of us are going to be employed. We're a class of 500 people. It's stressing me up. Umeshaniambia internship niende kulearn, but I'm hungry, stressing me up. Mental health becomes a very critical aspect, especially during the job search to ensure that I have the mental tenacity to still wait for opportunities to build up? How can young professionals maintain a healthy mindset and resilience in the face of job market challenges and uncertainties?
I think the first thing to do is be in a position, or rather be in a position to tell yourself that you're growing gradually. And this is the biggest challenge when it comes to people who are leaving school and looking for opportunities. The expectation is I graduate today on 15th of December, like we are going to have a graduation on in KU here. Then on Monday, the 17th, will this be 17th or 18th?
Yeah.
I have a job or I have offers, and there are companies that are lining up to employ me. It doesn't happen
I mean,
like
why
that.
not? I studied.
And that's a good thing, and going to school is a very good thing. But you know that there are less opportunities than people who are coming out. Number two, studying doesn't end at graduating. In fact, when you are graduating, you are told you are being given keys to learn. Meaning, what have you been doing before? Probably
Studying,
preparing to learn.
Yeah.
Because the real learning starts when you leave the graduation, you leave the school gate.
That's true.
So the first thing is to prepare mentally that learning has not stopped. It is probably gonna be more practical than it was in the class. And so what do I need to do? I just need to find myself a position or a place where I can be able to advance the learning and also to practice what I have been learning.
Right.
Number two, is just that mental preparation that you don't start climbing the mountain from the top. You start gradually. Gradually, you make a step. Gradually, you add value. Gradually, you meet a person. Gradually, you network. Over the course of time, you look back 2 years, 3 years, you have covered more distance than probably someone who started and they didn't have all these things all together.
All right.
So it starts with preparation, because what causes mental breakdown is the thought that I have graduated, now I have to pay school fees for my younger siblings. I have to do this and this. And we are not oblivious. You are not living in an island where you're not dependent. In fact, the pressure is more outside than it is inside. Because now that your parents have taken you to school, they're expecting now you are going to be part of the people who are going to contribute into the basket. But internally, you should be able to understand that it will take you some time. And there's a reason why everything has a process.
Right.
And so if you are able to understand that we grow gradually. Today, I graduated like 10 years ago. So today, what I am able to see and what I'm able to do, including the people who have been able to assist, some of them I am proud to say from this institution, is as a result of the 10 years of accumulation of experience. But when I came out, I probably didn't have as much to give.
Yeah.
So we tell ourselves it's okay to go through the process. It's okay to wait. It's okay to add block by block so that you add value to yourself, so that 2 years or 3 years down the line, you'll be able to be more valuable than probably when you left school.
Right. Mental tenacity will build up throughout that period. And I hear there from you, external pressure sometimes is more than what you're feeling internally, black tax and whatnot. So it's important to stay steady and also wait for your time. Robin, what difference then can the government do to guarantee or to ensure that they're accommodating youth within this current job dynamics we are talking about here?
One of the things that the government should do is it should revise the curriculum that we are having, because what we are learning is most of it is theory, and that's why when you go to the interviewers, they will ask you what else can you offer, because they already know you have the background or the books part of it. Now, what else can you offer? You should the education should include something to do with the practical things that are the employers want outside there, and like the tools that we are supposed to be using, the current trends in the technology, they should be incorporated into our syllabus for us to be able to match with what the employers want.
All right. Yeah. So to ensure that the curriculum is also keeping up to date with what the market is evolving in. Appearance is sometimes discussed in the context of job hunting. Do you think that's a significant thing that you, from your perspective, speaking to an employer, should they consider appearance, how you're dressed up, what your physical features, whether you have tattoos or not?
Yes. This is a broad topic that is currently ongoing, and most of the time, the first impression that you make to an employer, he or she will start judging you from that point of view. Before you even get to that gate, someone outside there will, okay, when you're just walking around, someone can get a perspective of who you are from how you're dressing. And the employer should check on that, because the person you're employing, maybe you saw him today, you don't know what he will be in the future. Maybe I might tell you that I'll change in the future, but in real sense,
You might not. All
so,
right.
yeah.
Mr. John, how significant is physical appearance in the context of hiring process? And are there specific industries it holds more weight than others? I know in the media it's a bit maybe laxed. Are there other industries maybe that are a bit, it has more weight as compared to the rest?
First of all, I want to say that hiring trends are changing. And probably we may have another time to come and discuss this. But in the era of remote working, you find someone has a nice suit on top, but down there they are in shorts, simply because they are working from their home office. So one, we need to understand that times are changing. Hiring trends are changing. Today you find so many people who are working from home, and including people who are working for companies that are in Kenya, not just the ones that are abroad. So when it comes to appearance, unless of course we are talking about certain jobs that require you to be dressed in a certain way or to look a certain way, like an air hostess or someone, a TV presenter, or definitely you will need to look presentable. But when it comes to even working and the physical appearance, just read the mood, understand the job market, the work environment, and dress appropriately. Don't overdress, don't underdress. You just need to understand. And it is always okay to ask, especially even during interviews, how am I expected to dress here, so that you are also able to be aligned. There are places they don't mind you to be in dreadlocks, they don't mind you to be in tattoos, but there are places you will never get a job when they probably you have one of those. There are places, we even know of schools where you have to dress in a certain way. And it is okay, because that is their space. So it is very, very important to read the mood and understand what am I required in as far as my physical appearance is concerned.
What I'm getting there is that it's not about you. It's this space that you're going into.
It is not about you, because you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't just say that I'm going to dress the way I want
and still get paid.
And your employer expects you to dress a certain way. You create an impression. So it's about your employer's space.
Right.
Yes.
Robin, he's mentioned remote work there, which is becoming more prevalent in recent times. From your background in 2019, coming into Kenyatta University, the strike happened, and then we went to COVID, and then we had that flexible kind of learning where we had online and physical both. I think still the same to date, right, within Kenyatta University. And also with work now, what can young people do to ensure that they are aligning themselves in the job search strategies to ensure that they're getting these opportunities for remote work, as is mentioned, so I'm able to put on my briefs under there and have a suit up here? What can I do to ensure I'm getting these roles, these remote roles? When I go online to Twitter, most young people these days are saying the goal is to earn in USD and to work remote. So how can we align ourselves to work remote and earn USDs?
The aim is to earn in USD. That's a new quote I've recorded somewhere. What we should do is we have personal branding, and that is very key in most of it is a consideration by most of the people. What you present out there, how you relate with the people, what you post on your presence on the online part of it, on the social medias. That is what gives you some of these big opportunities. Like we have the professional, they call it the professional FB of that's the professional site.
LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Professional Facebook.
Love it. Whatever you post there, you can either earn a job or it can either eliminate you from getting a job. I remember some time back, there's a person who lost a job because he or she wanted to get a position in that concerns environmental conservation. But from her social media, she has never done anything considering tree plantation or environmental conservation.
Nothing to show.
Yeah. So at least you need to keep your profiles up to date. Don't. I've attended some summits and seminars, and the topic. The thing is, you should not. Okay, in the LinkedIn part of it, they always tell you to open to work thing. Don't try to open to work. Everyone is looking for the job. So at least do something else. post your achievements. Tell them what you can offer. And someone out there is watching you, and he or she will be able to at least see you and give you the job.
I see. What I get from you there is that they're not looking for profiles with open to work. They're looking for profiles that have work that is already ongoing and they can pick up and include there. He said earlier, Mr. John had mentioned when we started the interview that you can't be an IT student and you have no GitHub account. You can't be a model and you have no Instagram account. You can be, you can be a writer and you have nothing to show online. Some of these opportunities find you because your work is already out there. So put your work out there and get that remote work, earn in USD, and get the flexible work arrangement that you will love. Mr. John, I think we are about to wind up, so let me shoot last few questions to you guys. Entrepreneurship, which we encourage highly here on Biashara Tuesday, is a path to some young individuals that they can choose for a future. What advice do you have for those considering entrepreneurship as a career option, and how can they overcome the initial challenges?
Thank you very much. I think now that is one of the solutions to the million-dollar question that we were asking ourselves. What will we do in the face of very few opportunities in the job market? And I think nowadays I have seen, or we are seeing, the rise in the number of the young people who are venturing into in quotes old school entrepreneurship ways of doing things. For example, farming. When we were growing up, farming used to look like a retirement plan, or something that is not for people who didn't go to Kenyatta University to do a degree in BCom. But nowadays, you find people are making a life and even employed people out of that. So first is a change in mindset that yes, all of us will not fit in the offices. Some of us will be out there making opportunities for others. Now, having said that, I think just like any other venture, entrepreneurship is one of those places that you require a lot of mentorship. Because probably this is the first time you're interacting with an entrepreneurship opportunity. You don't even, for example, know how to identify opportunities. Even if you identify them, you probably don't know the legal frameworks that would support you to be able to be there. You probably don't even know how to do marketing. So that is one of the things that require a lot of mentorship and help. It's easier for me to tell you, if you want to register a company, if you want to look for market, if you want to, find a route to market, this is how you do it, because I have been there. So again, the issue of mentorship when it comes to entrepreneurship. Number two, we also need that to be inculcated in the curriculum, so that we are not just teaching you how to be employed, we're also teaching you how to create opportunities. There are many people, and many young people are talented. How then do you convert that talent? How do you convert that passion into a money-making opportunity? I'll give you a very good example. I got very fascinated about digital marketing. And let me tell you, after COVID, that's what I used to live on. Because I went online, taught myself how to do the Google ads, how to run the YouTube adverts, and I got clients online. So I made something out of that. And you know what? We ended up employing 9 people.
Nice.
Yes. Nice. So what I'm saying is you need to find a way of converting that passion, and it can't just happen. You need mentorship, you need help, and there needs to be framework. One of the things that the government would do is to encourage courses, as my friend Robin said, that are encouraging young people to go into self-employment right from high school, I would say, because this needs to be inculcated as you grow up, from high school going to campus and all the way. By the time you're exiting, you have a path, you have a plan, and you probably have met people who have aligned you in the entrepreneurship line that you do want to go.
All right.
Yes.
On the digital entrepreneurship and skills that you are able to pick up and eventually create opportunities for others, we're having a similar conversation here this morning with Miss Celestine, who is a Digify Africa project manager. 2 weeks ago, they launched Digify Pro online course, which is a 10-week boot camp that allows graduates and also campus students to get themselves skills doing Google Analytics, web marketing, social media advertising, and some of those are going to be relevant for a digital economy and digital marketing. So we're going to have this discussion in a few here. Ms. Celestine is already with us here at KUTV. So these conversations are going to go back to back. You can't miss out on that one. Let me wrap it up from you gentlemen and just get one key takeaway for young professionals and students like yourself as they prepare themselves. After 15th this December, kutakuwa na festivities, but come January, it's going to be be time for that job search. So what key takeaways and insights that you can give? And also we finished up with Mr. John.
Yes, as we conclude, what I can say to all the graduates on 15 who are going to graduate on 15th, be open-minded. The world out here is not that easy as you think. So whatever you've learned, put it on let it be seen from what you are doing. Yeah.
All right. Put yourself out there. Mr. John?
Thank you. I think my takeaway, especially for the students and the graduating students, is that, as we have said, you need to get it right, right from the time you're graduating. And as we have already mentioned here, that there are many paths. You don't have to be stuck. You don't have to think that now the world is collapsing because you have not found a job in the first 2 months. What I mentioned is that learning will continue even after you graduate. So make sure that you are putting yourself in places where you can add value to yourself, add value to that degree, add value to that diploma. Make sure that you're getting yourself into people who can mention you when a room full of opportunities is and names are flying. So don't now graduate and think now everything will align if you do not do anything. There's your part to play, and your part is to make sure that you are in networks, you are in places that you are that will add value to you, but at the same time you are also preparing that learning has not stopped, it has just started. And when you have that mindset, then you are able to position yourself and to attract the right people who will add value to your degree, to your diploma, and to that course that you studied.
All right. That is Mr. John, who is also in the world of business and has been here joining us with Robin, Vice President of FSKU. We are trying to demystify finance and also the job market for young graduates and also the youth who are currently the highest affected in unemployment statistics in the Republic. If you missed out this interview, it will be later on uploaded on YouTube, KUTV Kenya. Take a look there and leave us a comment and maybe any question that you want to be tackled in the next set of conversations. Before I bring in Ms. Celestine from Digify Africa, we're going to play the last bit of the conversations that happened during the launch of Digify Pro Online. This happened at Safari Club within Nairobi CBD. We were able to attend a wealth of experts sitting at a panel discussing what the young people can do and what kind of skills they can take up to prepare themselves for a digital economy. So let's have a look at it and then bring Ms. Celestine. Gentlemen, thank you very much for the discussion.